What's up, everybody? Ever look at those awesome claymation videos and think, I want to do that? Well, guess what? You totally can. It's not as hard as it looks, and trust me, once you start rolling with it, you'll be hooked. But seriously, YouTube's all about bringing your A game with awesome content. And that's what we're here to do, make you a claymation master. Alright, before you even touch that clay, we gotta figure out what we're making. Think of the coolest, funniest, most mind-blowing thing you can imagine. Zombies, aliens, maybe a claymation version of me giving away millions of dollars to clay people? The possibilities are endless, but you gotta pick something that gets you hyped. Now, while you're brainstorming, take a peek at what other creators are doing in the claymation world. Check out the big names, the up-and-comers, everyone. See what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong, and most importantly, what you can do differently to stand out. Once you've got a killer idea, it's time to sketch it out. Just some basic storyboards like stick figures going on epic adventures, you know? This helps you visualize the scenes and keeps you organized. And speaking of organization, make a list of everything you'll need. Clay, different colors, textures, backdrops, props, maybe even some tiny costumes if you're feeling fancy. Okay, so you've got your killer idea, your storyboards are looking epic, and you've raided every arts and crafts store within a 100-mile radius. Now it's time to write the script. Keep it snappy. People have short attention spans these days, myself included, so get to the point. Make them laugh, make them cry, just make sure they don't click away. Next up, dialogue. This is where your characters come to life. Give them funny voices, quirky personalities, the whole 9 yards. Remember, we're not just moving clay around here, we're telling a story. And lastly, don't be afraid to experiment. Try different jokes, different pacing, different everything. You never know what's gonna resonate with people until you put it out there. Ready, set, film? Alright, time to get our hands dirty, literally. We're talking cameras, lighting, sound, the whole shebang. Don't worry, you don't need a Hollywood studio to make this happen. A smartphone and some natural light will do just fine. First up, the camera. You can use your phone, a webcam, or even a fancy DSLR if you're feeling fancy. The key here is stability. Invest in a tripod or get creative with some DIY solutions. Next, lighting. Good lighting can make or break your film. Natural light is your best friend, so try filming near a window. But if you're filming at night, you'll need some artificial light. And lastly, sound. You can have the most amazing visuals in the world, but if your audio sounds like it was recorded in a wind tunnel, people are gonna click away. Use a decent microphone, whether it's built-in, USB, or even your phone's headphones. Just make sure it's clear and crisp. The magic of editing. Alright, you filmed your masterpiece, now it's time to work some editing magic. Don't worry, you don't need to be Spielberg to make this happen. First things first, cut out the fluff. Any unnecessary footage, any awkward pauses, any time I accidentally walked in front of the camera, oops, gotta go, keep it tight, keep it snappy, keep it moving. Next up, add some music. Music can make or break your video. It sets the mood, builds tension, and keeps the energy high. Just make sure you're using royalty-free music. And lastly, don't be afraid to experiment with transitions, sound effects, and special effects. This is where you can really let your creativity shine. Add explosions, make it rain money, turn yourself into a giant claymation monster. The only limit is your imagination. Sharing your masterpiece with the world. Alright, your claymation masterpiece is complete. You've poured your heart and soul into it, and now it's time to share it with the world. But before you hit that upload button, there are a few things you need to do to make sure your video gets the attention it deserves. First things first, the title. Your title is your first impression, your one shot to grab people's attention. Make it catchy, make it intriguing, make it impossible to resist. Next up, the description. This is your chance to tell people what your video is about and why they should watch it. Use relevant keywords, provide links to your social media, and don't forget to ask people to like, comment, and subscribe. And lastly, the thumbnail. Your thumbnail is like the cover of a book. It's the first thing people see, and it can make or break your video's success. Use a high-quality image that accurately represents your video and make sure it's eye-catching and attention-grabbing. And there you have it, folks. Everything you need to know to become a claymation master. Now go forth and create. Remember, the first step is always the hardest, but once you get started, you'll be amazed at what you can achieve. Don't be afraid to experiment, to make mistakes, and most importantly, to have fun. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. The key is to keep practicing, keep experimenting, and keep learning. Watch tutorials, study other creators, and don't be afraid to ask for help. So, what are you waiting for? Grab some clay, fire up that camera, and start creating. And don't forget to share your masterpieces with me in the comments below. And hey, while you're down there, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and ring that notification bell so you never miss another epic video. Until next time, stay awesome.